My never say ma PENDREAM TV. PENDREAM TV there, osia dem yopo.
Committee na inform madwene anye dia on person moye. Constitution edidi public views and opinions anameboa. Inti bibia ne e wasan krata ni mu no is the view of the citizens. That must be stated clearly. Because the whole constitution is subject to review.
Yeah.
And a certain committee say, Ghana ni be also say provision be womua. It's a high time I say ye ota and I add biano fabra.
Yeah.
After adwini no ma jeje no and ma constitute dia koma His Excellency John Dramani Mahama.
Yes.
Ena onuse kukuru per the constitution. And the Council of State, which the Council of State is constituted by the Constitution of Ghana, Chapter 9 of the Constitution, and they establish the Council of State. However, even what the Council of State will say is subject to parliamentary approval.
That's true.
In terms of issues like this.
And you know more advice.
And I say, and I advise.
Yeah.
And advice, you know. I'm also to say they don't want. They have a way to also go about it.
That's true.
In Parliament today, you were NDC and you were MPP. 276 parliamentarians. Those people there, they represent the entire Ghanaians.
That's true.
Because constituency BIA will rep in Parliament. It is a yebetu aba mekai, yebetu e-levy aba. Mekai pa. The MPs were told to go back to their constituent. No munko tie di omu constituency
okay.
Before they come and cast their vote on the floor of Parliament, on the e-levy, So it is the same thing. Edusune ye person ye pass their enye entrenched, which we are not expected to do referendum. No, that those ones needs to be passed by Parliament. Anameboa.
Yeah.
Edu samre no soa. Menewu amanone funo because every diaspora person biano belongs to a constituency. What is all your way?
Yeah.
Diaspora nipa biya belonging to a constituency. When the time is up, come and organize public forum in your constituencies. Call your MPs and tell them the position you want them to go and pick in Parliament for you. Meba. Edu so.
What I was to do?
Edu so that's a part. Last statement. You see, say. At the end, Parliament passing A. Me, I'm not supporting A or B.
Yeah.
But at the end, Parliament supporting say Parliament to abase A, yenko A, and I'm to say yenfa B and share constitution.
Yeah.
It represents the entirety.
That's true.
Of the country. Me know say Parliament a pass community service bill.
Yeah.
Say ne. Offenses be higher for our questions and for you, Juma Wabonting.
Yeah.
And the entire Parliament now pass it. It represents the aspiration of the entire citizens.
Yeah.
That is it. So, Mimpese. Yes, Mimpese, you create an impression. Be said, President, and they want to me to force a certain arm of government, say, only that to me. And that will even amount to the abuse of the powers given to him. That's and not even upholding the constitution. And that can go to the extent of an impeachment of him. So you will even try that.
That's true.
So for me, at the end, the Parliament Bekano, that is what will represent you.
That's true.
Including those in the
Parliament. Parliament.
Parliament.
Your constitution, your friend say, Crofona review for New Year.
Yes.
Answer some of the proposals.
Yeah.
Obekaya even amounted to ABA third term. No. Also, mobile out cast or more acromutan say Jenny Hon, or Muchem. So, okay.
Yeah.
And I dream you Mokoji and almost have a tenacity review.
As on eso.
So, I say, I didn't know we woman on this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, come once MCC.
Okay, and be Biana review. Committee no so be buy
the decision is also subject to another
that's true.
Where
proposal
the proposal came back from where President Mahama when he was campaigning and the NDC said onuna dwinimu it's about the time one. I was see a massa konya. That is what they told us.
What can I say? What did you say?
Hello, Wolfie.
No, what can I say?
Okoja Jachi
No, me so can I say?
What I see, a minute do say, sir, and third position, I dear Shemusa Waman on Nessa Ukuta cities. I wouldn't be my member of parliament. Even the presidency was out and no cry they are fan count. But one of the he was talking purely about members of parliament and other positions, not the president.
And away about them.
And then the same thing. No. Presidency count.
No way about that.
No, we're president, members of parliament, presidents in count.
Ministers and all.
No, ministers and other presidents in count. So I just say, yes, you say I didn't about almost a back of parliament. So do you know the reason why we helped the NDC to get 189? Do you know the reason why?
You bet 5 seats.
Because
diaspora for mama only 5 seats.
Yeah, you know who say parliament ya. I we ada ya no for ankoti ase.
Okay.
Enti DC for na ahye bosse omobombe pass. Enti make sure say ye be ma yon krofo nyina to aba. E dia ma NDC. Na wo ma ye dey. Wo ma nya two tests no a.
Oba Ghana. I see.
Oba Ghana betoi. Ye be just say two tests na ma wo mo say de be ya di wo no a. Hwe. Mama, oh, we said that's for a force and a trouble. One kodwa.
Okay, so they influence the system.
Wouldn't be influence the buy.
Wouldn't
even John Dramani Mahama or Canada.
Yeah.
I was there. Even I was the last person he allowed me to speak.
I see.
And son on Okasa.
Meba.
What was Sikaya Gigi? I did one because he came there and promised that.
I don't
quantity. What did you question in the Sabai?
But some Mujiji being so the man. Baumia.
A Piakai. No, I did you do that? No, I have people before. No, I have people before. No.
There are some section of the
diaspora. I mean, the Sundays can come out. The Sundays can come out. Mekai. Over Sunday, I was about 150,000 and MP before the Canada. I was supposed to have my donation. That John Dramani Mahama there. Me and me can we a book cry as I told the man, open make my show the pictures. No, I have the pictures over here. And you look, they are patching now and they say, yeah, dear Waka. I quite say,
as a man proposes.
That be when you dispose of me patch out. Mammy minimum so mobile pass.
Man proposes.
No matter what
Parliament disposes.
Go, Parliament.
President proposes. Parliament disposes.
189 MDC. A Kababa become 25. No problem, mistake. No passes.
Parliament is an independent.
And you're independent. I know 137, 137. Like I said, 152. There is no way NDC will come out and tell us a woman.
And John Mahama
because the two tests.
Parliament.
One more as a party, no. I will to test that 185. And almost our independent 4. Omasadia Kahun.
A bit will be yare.
Obian or Bayani. And come, Obian or Bayani. What passes Sam and watching your family
are independent of each other.
And they're independent.
They are independent of each other.
Mamma, yes, we would be a politician. Where Mamma,
but Nana. Can who say?
Men can be beyond. Men can be Biaka and Tinya can who be Biani. Yet, when the blind pabra, me qua America, Nami Bodaro, Montuma Mahama was so about my opportunity. Nami call London, but me have bottom scale.
Okaza for one.
Me have bottom scale. I was having Crawford go and someone will catch them. Nana, oh, because look. There were a lot of Ghanaians who were out Chira. And Mamicho. Unim say a man from Wabruchi, Ubo Kuranoa, apart from let's forget about what we are talking about.
Yeah.
Ubo how investors here, or person do Muba Ghana, Ebeboa Ghana. Unim so ba a crown of Befasu Behu president in Nimukurano. A man 40 Miji Musica nobody.
I know dear.
So when we give those people chance, they between by members of parliament that they are attached to political parties.
Okay.
And he said, in to be bar. That's why we say, oh, minya we dia menetia. On timinya me bon. Mami fani kosini so na yan ko president so. Ni yan famwa Ghana. Look, Ghana ye ni ye.
Let me ask one question.
Ubusa na nkaja.
No, let me
ubusa.
You see, what is so hard in Reza? Many even doubted him.
Yeah.
Emra Malik Basintali Eba. Many people didn't even expect the level to which Obenya position no or rise could do here with his competence.
Yes.
A lot of people people didn't know what they had in them until opportunities were given to them. And we realize, say, anka you deny one opportunity, we would have lost big opportunity from those people. You get at least more opportunity. We've seen what they can do.
Yeah,
you get my point. So, likewise, there were a lot of such young guys in the party. Maybe obi wa on limelight ni mu ye.
As a man opportunity answer.
One man opportunity Yes. And some of these positions are not try and error, but they are people who have followed people who have learned under people for a very long time that they only need an opportunity and you see what is in them. NDC, we have more than 2 to 3 million registered voters. You get the point? And within that 3 million or 2 million voters, what I can tell you, say, when opportunity is given to them, they will excel. So for me, I support 100% with the decision of NEC. Say, let us have that concentration. Say, persons who wants to serve government should concentrate on government, and persons who want to serve party should concentrate on party work. But it's over 4 years ago. And I will end on this particular story and go to the constitutional issue. Watch it. 8 years ago. Emra MPP Ewini 2017 Aba. They did this similar thing. And Nipa me kaipa ye Nanabi. Watch your kind position the man Nanabi. Emra MPP ba power. Okay position on the man.
MPP ba power. Nanabi so. Now be the call
NSS.
Yeah, national service.
No, not our NSS.
Yeah.
At the same time, not Osankura party position.
Yeah.
So okay.
Yeah.
Younger in opposition. And we spoke against that access. Obintimi hodi party position. Non sanko hodi a buying position. I remember vividly. We said this time without number and forced some of them to resign. Because we requested, say, they have to choose one. What you say, okay, pa? Okay, pa?
Yeah.
You can't put it out, say, you need to choose one. And a man and a B, resign here as at NSS.
And nobody no organizer.
Because no feel say he wants to remain an organizer.
Okay.
So why do you want to change the position? We need to be principled. We need to be principled. That is my position. And I support next position. Few people cannot be handling here and handling here. Few people cannot be handling here and handling here.
Partner so.
And a partner so. Nipa woman so.
Yeah. And him divorce woman.
And him divorce woman. And you go so a training crop for. So this is an opportunity to give other people chance to also come and show what they have in them. This will be Hodi party position, not Hodi government position. For me, he is blocking other people's chances. Or blocking a bit chances. So if you feel, and this one, NEC is not forcing you, watch it. NEC can force you. Or say sit down, ponder over it. Choose the one you want.
I know.
No.
Also say me penny you know.
Also say me penny me
no. Court.
Emra ni pansu ho. Say who knew one man. We have equally competent people like you who can take over. You said you want the two. Let us not be greedy. For me, that is my point. Let us not be greedy.
Okay, so they call court.
So you share their court, no? Then on constitutional interpretation, sure. Watch it. That person also did it within his right, constitutional right.
Okay.
To also go to court for interpretation. Ghana, legal jurisprudence, no. So who say certain texts are ambiguous. People can place more than one meaning to a word. Call Supreme Court because Supreme Court and there were interpretative powers to interpret the Constitution. No court apart from the Supreme Court has that powers.
Okay.
But this is the issue. You see, normally, you know, say, oh, kokota. Ultimate fele say, dia, papa no fele no fele say, the statement is ambiguous. But it is not always the case, say, what you feel, the judges ebe panono, and so be feel the same thing. Maybe one will feel say ambiguous. But when you get to the court never catch on say, these words are plain. It is unambiguous. So they will throw the case away. You get the point? Because I'm feeling say where there is self-explanatory. It is not ambiguous for you to come and invoke their jurisdiction to do an interpretation on it. And even if they want to do interpretation, in our legal jurisprudence, no, watch it, we have a way of interpreting words or statement that requires or that demands an interpretation. And it comes in a certain order. So this is what the judges do. Words in the bar. One, they look at the literal meaning of the word to see whether it is ambiguous or it is not ambiguous. So that's the first interpretative principle. You look at the literal meaning, what it means, or the textualism meaning, or the textual meaning. For instance, let me read again. Say, a person shall not be elected to hold office as president of Ghana for more than 2 terms. So, literal meaning of 2 terms, not more than 2 terms. You know, what does it mean?
Okay.
So that's the first thing, the first principle they will apply. The literal meaning of the word.
2 terms.
2 terms, not more than 2 terms. And when we say 2 terms, is it to say continuous 2 terms or 2 terms irrespective? Say, Ubane 100 times, so samba, we join the 2 and say 2 terms. So they'll first look at the literal meaning. Then, if they are not able to arrive at a decision using the literal meaning, then they will move to the next principle. That is the purposive approach.
Okay.
That is the purposive interpretation approach. That is, what is the purpose of what you want us to interpret? I mean, they will look at the rationale behind that particular provision, the drafter of the constitution, what they wanted to communicate, or what they wanted it to be. That is the purposive approach. What am I going to say?
Okay.
So the purpose of that particular provision, whether the drafters meant that 2 terms means it should be continuous, or 2 terms means irrespective, whether there is a break or there is no a break. 2 terms means 2 terms.
Acquire intermittent power supply.
You get the point. So, on the movie, then they can then purposive. Then also out of it, they couldn't get
any meaning
or arrive at a certain decision. Then they will move to another step, which is the original. I mean, originalism of where we took some of our principles from, or some of our laws from, and look at what pertains to that jurisdiction and see what it actually would have to apply to ours. So there are principles that the court will follow in order to arrive at a decision to say 2 terms means A or 2 terms means B. It is an ongoing issue.
Okay.
For me, I think it has come at the right time, because since 1992, all the presidents in Nano Ako 2 terms, continuous 2 terms.
2 consecutive terms.
Until 2016, that we had a break.
Yeah.
Regarding His Excellency John Dramani Mahama.
Yeah.
And Wako Asang Abba.
Yeah.
I think this is the time we need to put a finality to that Article 66(2), because about John Mahama, because I know there, what can it clear? Say he is not interested in any third term. There will be because of John Dramani.
Sentina Obi say ade na nimu na ho. Eti opese Supreme Court no.
Yes, Mbua.
Emma ntiase.
Tiase. You see, because John Mahama is the only person who have had a break in his term.
Yeah.
That make an say men Obi say onunti anaso onu
say continuous
term. What to na nutu aka say onu de. Onya interested.
And say no nipa ne say
in 3 terms.
You got 2 terms in 66-2 now.
Yeah.
Is it consecutive terms
or it should be or whether there is a break or not? Yeah. We'll join the 2 and describe it as 2 terms.
But that's the point. But
men you be say John Dramani Mahama. But you see, let me end with this. And then I may crying a text from somebody. And I think I share in the person's text. Or you see an example of parliament. We have 3 arms of government. Parliament. There is no term limit of parliament. And qualification they call parliament no. And one the presidency per our constitution. So you are aware.
Yeah.
So if there is no term limit to the legislature, you can go until a time you feel you are tired. Because you are dependent on your constituents. What is that what you are saying?
Yeah.
If constituency follow feel say you are the best servant and they want to repeat you 10 times, let's leave that judgment to the constituent. So the judiciary, there is no term. There is no term to it. Years of age.
Yeah.
Years of age. So, all the arms of government, the judiciary and the legislature, we don't have a term limit for them. But over executive, why do we limit them to term? In the Nepali argument, and they say, or no feel say, yen take away the term limit. Because for somebody to be a president, parties present their candidate to the Ghanaian people. Omu determine who becomes their president. So omu feel say, oh boache. And you find say PPP and AAC party. Ebe Edobeba as flag bearer 10 consecutive times. Now Ghanaians feel say you are the best person we need in that 10 consecutive times. Let the Ghanaians pass judgment. But we shouldn't use legal and legality to tie people's hands or tie the Ghanaians' hands. Mekai, boss, minister of fire.
Is it not the same?
Kufuor fee so. I remember a lot of people were saying, say, Yamanin Kobium. And I'm sure as at that time, Anka ye need term limit. And Anka MPP call primaries. And a Kufuor Sanwini as the flag bearer. And I'm presenting it before the people of Ghana. Kufuor would have won again. Kufuor would have won again. I remember that time, pa. People say, Kufuor there. So the opportunity was there for Ghanaians to continue with Kufuor because they have seen some good things in him.
Kufuor so koya.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The thing is that Ghana phone is seeing
Ghana phone also the true constitution, no?
Perfect. But you do, you see, did I say constitution is a living organism? A grow. You get the point?
Okay.
20 years ago, we didn't come across circumstances like this.
Yeah.
And that is why they say constitution grows. We need to go into a certain provisions and look for interpretation. But 20 years ago, it was blunt and understood by everybody.
Okay.
You get my point?
Yeah.
By doing people feel such circumstances can be re-looked at. Until the other nipanika, which I agree with the person. Say ya di akukura, send this MPP because ya the 90 years nipa eneba. Na ya betu Ghana for betu mana. The person is going to be a president for the Republic of Ghana, not the political party.
Famisia.
Until ma use constitutional provisions to tie parties' hands or individual hands, even though they are young. Nipa example or my say, we are going to have a constitutional review.
Yeah.
And they are saying some person will reduce the age of presidency.
Yeah.
At the bar, I think say 20 or 30.
From 40 to 30.
40 to 30. Imagine say
we should start from 30.
Obia be the president at age 30. 2 terms. We now we do 28 years.
Yeah.
The person is still young.
Yeah.
Ogusu is young, energetic, 38 years.
Yeah.
But just by virtue of constitutional provision, obetimi contestibio.
Sir presidency ni ya mama man nkwanyo nkwa na ega nani anambwa.
So long as are on.
And then nkwa so na adwe woni tiri.
So long as are on general with force. On general through coup. On general through sekani ejan. Na ono no de ne ho akere amanfo na opeso odi president wo moso. And the people are saying that you are the one we want. It wouldn't matter.
Okay.
So an ongoing issue, Yanshadia ever coming out of the court suit or the court petition before the Supreme Court. The interpretation definitely will come by Robert Nasena Bobo. But wherever it will go, the Supreme Court is the supreme law, supreme court of the land. Whatever they say becomes law. So the outcome of this 66-2 at the end will become the order of the day.
All right, but that's it. Gordon Mahama and Onoto external corporate affairs director and no Palm Hills National Mineral Water for Dharma Elsewhere Senate Sansana Senate Telehealth Service for Senate pensioners. Why we na wakwa homegym na we Senate contributor Srawada ni Senate and Trust Hospital and National Health Insurance and yes National Health Insurance Authority come to my bano sebra wo homegym ya untimi nya adwuma biemu ya de nketenkete a hye ni padua ne so no ye mawo akwanya na a doctors and nurse for ato wo fie na afei omotima ba behwew na obenya kwanya wi a se we Senate contributor said the bra now active and now we adwuma no now contribute to not just qualify it in chichimbia no to free number no 0800 877 555
article be say one of the newspaper and I'm who you Ibrahim Mahama na wakwa ya doye bi ama okay social media so ta kot yene ta kotika akwa bi so tin or not ho baby then ha tin say wanya ya de kakra e o se ekoye no operation
okay
sikasem well num Ghana sikasem na ho ayedin na Yewra Mahama ne kasama nam ne kasama fo so na de tudwa say akwa no hoka obefa ni nyina.
Wow.
You see Boachi ayana sometimes Ghana for ye kasadodo. So at yasiye de Yewra Ibrahim Mahama or ye de boa Ghana for pa. One of the things ya wo ye de boa Ghana for pa ya doye say obeti se obi hu enya problem ana problem bi esi baby. So what do river ye na yi fa nkrofo yi. Ka se miribo ka so obeti mama yi free.
Yeah, no team free crampo.
No team free. So what you say? Ya you say bibia di beye politics ni say nipa dasani. On say the ya na mami di some of the aban government ho ya pa say e bi adwuma bi esi abagana na yesi e dema Ghana ni ma ne ye no. Na ye twetwa nipa ne 19 ni e gi free no ho. E ba ye se Ghana ni en wa sori se wo beboa no. Emrofo ya ye sori ye de contractor kese ma wo munyuma kese ma wo beyi. What is obi akobo Ghana ni bi da? What is say Ghana ni bi anya problem amana ko solve da. But this is the job why Ibrahim Mahama adwuma a wo ye e wo ha wo nya ho mfaso no. Ni payback ne se odi beboa society. And such person no. So society mu ne se wo hia bibia e wo se ye hwe ne ye boa ne ye disama sa nipa no because wo ye ya o ye de magana wo nya fa nkwa ama no ne ebi ma ba be di so o munya kakara wo madwane ye hwehwe o mukura ye hu o mo enti no wada wa ya de nyankopon hira no na won koso nya de wo ye no na ye bebo no ho ban menua ma mentoa programs a mode ma ye nsema ye be kaso ba ko a me yi afiri me yi pa meka me de ma ho de begina Council of State.
Okay.
Say Omar rejected your friend is say dual citizens aja say omomrana omomra Ghana na yema omupoli bintime members of parliament.
Yeah, MPs no yeah.
Omo rejected.
No, omo reject here. Omo say omo I advise omo mafutuo. Say Woman crata and a buy and the cabinet meeting or after exercise, the president has said and a cabinet meeting. So cabinet is going to take almost big ticket decision on those documents. But almost say advice the parliament said by Yanka Hono dear.
Yen film.
One more
Yen film can ye. Yen film. He send this if winning. No ko yi sa de ni film wa. Ye be boa wo ma mo lusu this election brutal.
Arentia.
Woman no mu ye campaign omo ka kire ye o ka jasi jachi kwesi
ya
JDM no a
yeah
se adenti ena obi wo pepa se wo be ba bebo Ghana na ye si ni kwan enti won de wo ba obeye constitutional review na ya mamanfo ho kwan na o ma ba be ye wodem se bia no ka ho bi ena ma no ne 40 migina so ye campaign e de ma NDC ana
okay
look, it's about the time send na menu can constitutional review and until they were honor.
Yeah.
That near maybe o more see a change no. Sure. Sir President and not any of the minister bia obetu kwanya ba bruchira akọ amanone akọ business ya ba. By virtue of some of the Ghanaians indigenous omo wa bruchira ne timi connection. Ebi a president way ana adwumakuo we say ebi Ghana ni owo ha wonu wo mu ye nduma ana otimi ye sa connection no emi invite wo mo mo nsole nko keke. 2 Mami kan kire wo say even Ghana has say your budget ya ye no amount 40 amanonye sika ye de ba it's almost about 10 to 15%.
Okay.
And ye de be kan Ghana fun and the sabi preduasa Boachi officer will be a solid yarn was so quamanone.
Davi.
Ye cromia and can't quamanone.
And a cry. 2
1 more say yama womo quine. I can tell you, say, Ube Comono. Almost about 90% of them, woman go abruchase.
I see.
A scoop. I don't know make school because we'll be assisting you kuroye. I'm among who say why yes neha. And your manum and most of them that they are making that decision crown a bit more school abruchiri.
Okay.
And this office is abruchiri yet. They are other than one time who cromano one school no far more Ghana. And did you say no more catch no? Massa, your chrome has said since independent, one was obi fra abruchira by a president. One will say obi kuta foreign passport abeye president. Enya wo mo muti grow Ghana you know we president.
Yeah.
What are we seeing? Have we seen any change? We are always complaining. Both the NDC, MPP, CPP obi say wo mu more money ye, wo mu more money ye abroche ni na aba wo mu more money yana. Enya mo muti Ghana ya. And therefore, it is about the time we need to give chance to people so I won't walk dear. Now, Omumrama Buama Ghana. Kwame Nkrumah.
Yes.
Yeah, Papa Kwame Nkrumah. Now, Auntie Abruchiri.
Not Abruchiri.
And Mrana mo pay independence, and I'm also Mako school Krumha.
Yeah.
What to be fighting ya independent? And Yamuana Mokika Mubo Mukwachi the Bassa or Mran, one day or Quatina Brucho winning dear.
Yeah.
And I'm quatrain a buy.
Send Obama Chabro for the taxes no.
Very good. Uncle Shia Bibi. Obaya so the idea of obey. As at now, I'm a no say. Among all the president, one pan your bony disobey Bibi Magana. And I Kwame Nkrumah. Every as at now today. And I Kwame Nkrumah.
Yeah.
Minim the already free hene.
Or the Fiaman
on the Flaman on it.
By Onya or Ochinu for Ghana.
Very good. So I just say, very good. Minuti. Ghana blaster. Omu kwa ball.
Yeah.
Omu na mama none.
Yeah.
And omu pe press.
Yeah.
Na Ghana yeni press wa ha.
Your coach in the class on resign also Ghana for Montebro for ye.
Ah?
On Gaza resign was a message of gratitude.
Ghana yeni teams wa ha.
Yeah, teams wa ha.
I don't know man for Ghana for ankobo. Unum say omu wa ma no no mo kofuru.
Keep an back or no choco house of.
I no crowd say you didn't go crab for complain then you didn't call.
Ba chepa.
That's why ya dia. Beboa.
Yeah.
Oma mo ama na no mo kofo mbeba ball.
Yeah.
Obu okra wo si Ghana dawo.
Eno kra.
Obu okra ya won wo Ghana.
Yeah.
Ana meboa. Okuta obi citizen. Enso mo kwotwe no so wo mra meboa Ghana. Na so obi ti amanone wako school wako hwe nimdie.
Yeah.
Na wase mi kuro ni Ghana. Eti me ba na mdi nimdie aba beboa Ghana. Wase me council of state advice said there be identity you cannot serve 2 masters. Who told you that? When I catch it,
say 2 masters they want to miss you.
Then make stage demonstrations and NDC for one passes Arona.
Now we going NDC for parliament.
I media.
Parliament.
And I'm see NDC for the promise ye. Or promise Ghana.
Now promise be na yeah.
Media. No class with them jina so am the twaba. No class with them jina. Mrs. Woman passes Amrano. Next woman quiet Katasumo Muaso bia wo a.
But Nkrumah
now so
Nkrumah as you said, you know. Nkrumah ko school abono no get any nationality.
Ma ko twina no anya na adwe so Ghana. Ma ko twina no anya na adwe so Ghana.
But maybe some questions.
Yeah, dikrom ha.
Yeah.
Ela President Kofo educhumo ka se wo yeli school President Kofo ko twele by.
Yeah.
Most of them, let me tell you, most of them, even current existing ministers, bebrata brochira because of that citizen womu jai to ho.
Yes.
And no omubaye. But the question I should ask you say, even so jai to ho no manana brochira ni na free ni mo ana.
That be.
Say them free ni mo.
Yeah.
Say see me fan say me American citizen, Canadian citizen.
Yeah.
Na me see me president edi.
Yeah.
Na me say chinchire. Yeah ma me kwa because of bikutam na me ja American citizen. Na me bala motuma me president na me kwa America bi ma na me nko.
Onko.
Ah?
Say call the
but the fella said me nye honi ni de motiase
ye beto ama
ba kwade meko very
e bia bekọ awukọ official duty a o so man no
kwade meko
uwie 8 years no na say
me busa question
me tio
omo munya American citizen
yes
omo munguta dual citizen passport
yes
mo ma omo ministerial post omo betena krom ha eboa ye di sika awie ye no
yeah
but omo we
say be enunti na ye tu ya ofo no
question omo we
ye
omo ha kwetena America
yeah
meboa
yeah
say no nguta citizen oba bebo o ma ni wie ye no wakwa America per citizen
and you see ano no meba mama your presentation is nice and me so maybe a few questions
bisa
you say who be plenty and aboa what have you asrewa
oje de bag
no in any atonche ken na of ordinary site example ken na eni ba bia say oyobo fund ade fa so what you say so we be America fan and we Ghana fan but onumpo okokọ shame no won say no twa den pa ebio Jachi Kwesi in there no Jachi Kwesi at that time every now see the citizenship status and allegiance say a nay was some America or be America a Canadian citizen but the free new query or person koninchi but BB ne see ye Emma de see ne see ye so what is also wrong say you being a citizen for another country, knowing very well for your Ghana ni, not time mason, not opepamuno, so person be some Ghana, also so acquire Jachi Kwesi in Faso. I would now say allegiance and citizenship status no. Also fast acquire suni. Now opase oboha.
There be no boha. Mona describe no boha.
You see, meba NDC, papa to NDC ni, or NDC ni. Of a party or former government. One must say, ultimate citizen for government and citizen for party. It may share that me and ultimate some party and some at the same time. Focus. It am running and a party in the aba. So at the intina, what is so special about Opese Oboha?
It's not about Pesoboha. My kuta foreign passport. Oboha. Can you say the same person has an opportunity to send KB baby or one or you're okay?
You okay?
Meba. But because of free say, me ya wo me Ghana.
Yeah.
Ya tete me Ghana. You see that we should make it two different things. Ya wo obia. Yakwa won wa abrochire onsi Ghana da
ye obi yande ya we
so ati ase and obi a ye won Ghana ha se wotra Ghana ha school eye bibia na onya akwanya ko ho koto aso
and wakofa embraso e de akwa citizenship
remember that person no enye ne pe bibi na lock hey there were so many people who went to Ezra
what me you my mama
onyi ni mama because ni mama no so omu ye ni ya ekwo onyi ni ma
why
na omu ye
na enye ni ye
na woti ya say oman ayeye
why na enye ni ye
woti ya oman ayeye
oman no enye ye se ne ye pe no
anka se ne ye pe na enye ye eni se na nsu ayi afamo no me nua dia ma menka ba se mboa ma menka ba se enua hwe Yeah, Ghanaians in diaspora.
Nana Kwame.
Omubua Ghana, papa.
I know there.
I'm telling you.
I know there.
Omubua Ghana, papa.
I know there.
It's about the time where was he signing money free. When the person renounces his passport or what,
or renouncing the allegiance,
it doesn't make any change. So when him dear pa no person or the boa Ghana.
But your other capacity also be to myself.
And the capacity wrong conco be as an amonsame control no. No, listen. Yeah, the man
because of your
the man say, yeah. Remember Ghanaians in diaspora as stated demonstration against it.
Yes, so I ain't to crum high into Kwan. Yes, so be a demonstration. Tiamo.
No,
and you be share circle.
Watch it. Opa. Miami Kwanto was a Ghana for. And you be share circle. They say, Opa, Miami Ghana, your Kwanto was a Ghana for.
Mama be free a cry and be free some.
Yeah, the free airport. Yeah, Miami Kwanto was a Ghana for a Ghana. You be quiet to say America, Canada, London, European countries will be a mamu free entrance. Momra, I can tell you, said, can you pay Ghana?
Yeah, 10%. But remember, Omunim de Omuntia, maybe Nana, Unim say, and yet Bonnet say, you be too quiet, Aquaman and Aqua Juma. But him say, our bro, Fonso, I will crum her, almost so Juma.
Omo mame adwuma na wo mo ye no wo mo adwuma wo mo de bakurum ha ye de ye kokko purposes ye adwuma
ye meba
so it's two different things.
Yes, ye wo adwuma bi wo ho a ye nuana mo ye wo ho no mo a should be told so organ ha nko nye sa adwuma no meba what you say.
Of course, yes.
And na even a whole done no environment no any your body no cry nye. But the point is that maybe point in say self-feel say wasum kakra na time aso ya say wo kocha me no ka say Ghana for be person of you we are where e tu fi so mabe ye adwuma wo ha time aso ya say be kofi emra kwa so abefa e de akwai sa citizenship status no me jemu na makominchi a I think say no so
omra ninchi
omra ninchi because you see me accountability nti me ba wo accountability e fe na accountable entia hwe hanani Akufo-Addo ebedi ade dan ye calculation bosi Akufo-Addo nko abo no 8 years na etwam 600 billion
oje ne henefa
ojibi okrum ha and ojibi amonone
amano de do so cd
when me I establish one befitting standard hospital
monumental
ometimi e de yakọ enka wo dwane afachire ha hanan e dwane afachire akọ UK se wo kwakwakwasa no ho yade why is yes ekru no.
You see, that is why I have problem with.
Nana, mebo. Why? Jane, you bet me. Jane, Timamufono. No.
Yes.
Jane, you bet me. Out the bitter pill.
Let me tell you.
Say back Ghana.
Let me tell you. Somebody who holds an American passport or Canadian passport.
Yes.
Why not you say oh back Ghana, Ghana?
Yeah.
You would never thought of doing that. Do you know why? Because on says that passport no hold or American.
Yeah.
If there is anything happen, or no, America for no abechine bunateng. And you fierce on that. California the annual Momo can is totally different.
And no answer the
no, I don't like the mamma famum, mamma famum, etimin ya mesro. Sasa mlo can quite do munya. I'm on the 4 quine beer. Now almost soon timim bra.
Scania Mufamra.
Bois, or cotton and a budget. Scania said, now blaster for noir. Mokofi for more so mumra me bobol or Ghana hano. Womono. Mufio mun so be Ghana for.
Meba.
Wo mu de mu hia wo mo so mo mra
na if given the opportunity.
Enya na me busawo. Blaster for no a obi kura wo ha wonim se obi kura si Ghana da.
Me emene me no ya.
Obi kura nim Ghana ha hwe.
But
see ato national anthem huni.
Ebi kura ntimi anto.
Obi antimi anto so.
President
Cracker that opportunity.
President Cracker so ultimate to national anthem say obo blaster.
No de o mbaba ye no pa chawo. National national dey no be ya na say e dey ade.
National assignment.
Na so what's wrong? So what's wrong?
Council of State there.
It is our advice in there.
advice papa
Council of State and advice for crime mama advice say ko no kra me esi egu no yes advice boni kra mo fancy president no go ye fa ni agro na mo fancy president ya
we founder and leader of a political party
I challenge the Council of State members to be am fa ne mamra wo no be am wa buruchi
but
no I don't know man about ha say na kromo school na ya here for man ko no mu nkobie no do makogu e dey bentra is not the same school omo mo man betra let's
ko jimi media dey abua o man chichire no
asembia wa committee e no man chichire bia owura ye de kan ya ne say de yeti
o so won ti ase mobile demonstration
ye base stage the whole diaspora in the way
mo no so nchen yo mo no so nchen yo
ba ye ka bia ewo musene mo mo abuti kuruma
sezi anu maza
ye ka bia ewo musene mo
gold board die mu hio
sa gold board na won ka no amanoni fo no kwakofo musika de ba ho nti ye be freeze ni
gold board die mu hio
gold board no ye be freeze ni so that say edimi ye de ye mpephe ye tie
Sabo for remittances ne ma mabusu na mbegu no
ya busia mabusu ya mo na mo de monyeje Council of State nipa chochopo ayi so na mo nka cheso mo advice president
no me ba o kasa
na nya nipa papa chwa
o kasa
o be nipa papa chwa
no nya nipa you see
about 32 people
but Council of State no a constitutional provision
me pacho
a constitutional provision
me pacho nti pacho
o ya flag bearer o ya potential flag bearer
me pacho
o ya potential president
so pacho say John Dramani Mahama na onim say constitution say na wo no ka say dem
but the tie say enye the president mama be kan bia na e be soso
sharp party position ya just dia to ababa no
enye the president mama be kan bia right
o ko jasi kwesi kromo anu hwe
enema bi o ha ya ne ba ya adwene enema bi o no wanya nema bia no ka ye be ka the president mama na continue mo ya anu no de
we de ye nyina na ya
adwene e ho de me ko si bo atwene ne nya adwene
ya hye ne ya adwene o be ye by force
Meba Mami can message so kakra obebompa Chairman Akwase Kwesibuachimecha greetings. Those who are challenging NEC position on holding party office and government office at the same time it's not allowed. It's right, okay. Some selfish politicians are fighting NEC position. Kwesi individuals has captured both positions and are ineffective, causing the party. Okay, all right. So vetting committee of the party should be bold and strong to apply the party principles on those fighting the party position on this matter. Haba, we Chairman Kwesi Akwa UK and our day Nedian so Aba National Lottery Authority NLA for Adama can be air so asne. Almost will be the numbers be send those a fake in Kudi actually C1002 quarters so no ye kwakwa da wadwe hon ye East Airport Okwe Gono Market Street 80 frame 0243177596 Ayamba
Wachi this one you see you see one make it two examples.
Yes,
I'll just have to talk about it and go into the matter.
Okay.
Or you see Black Stars.
Your 6 minutes
or you see Black Stars as an example.
Yeah.
Me person me draw any attention to the fact say Obie Niwa wabo two national teams of two different countries.
Mm-hmm. Okay, okay. Let me
say ball lower under 17,
yeah,
under 20.
Ultimate switch.
Fine, ultimate switch.
And I even got national teams, you know. Your number of matches we are okay.
And I'm kind
say I don't know unuda,
but generally Obie Niwa
yeah.
Wabo a national team of country A, and after a certain years regular. No, after certain years,
5 years.
After certain years, Obama Obama another country. And I say Obama 2, but depending on every match, that's the first thing. That's the first thing I want him to understand.
Okay.
That's the first I want to. Okay. And this is the fact. 2, I'm talking about Kwame Nkrumah.
Yeah.
And likely who draw any attention to Kwame Nkrumah. Kwame Nkrumah was not a dual citizen.
Yeah.
He wasn't a dual citizen.
Yeah.
No, we didn't make a point. We didn't make a point.
Yeah.
1, no, you're dual citizen.
Yeah.
2, who say Okoji nim die and or the by perfect. Obie niwa ye kase dia wakoji nim die wa manone now person what the be boa wo man no you better say nimdeɛ ne yɛmpɛ watch that is not the issue under review the aye can say we are wadwene say mere do now person wo be som wo man as president you can hold 2 countries as a citizen of that country. Simply sita. Inti say o resign citizen A now ba Ghana. That in the end we won't say we are rejecting it. We will take it.
That's true.
Inti me create an impression as if say we are rejecting people's knowledge that they have acquired outside. But the here can say when you get to a point, I also say you need to serve your country, your blood country, or motherlander. The here can say untimi nye mampeni ewo Ghana. Uye citizen of Ghana, president. Now say citizen of another country. Simplicity.
The current finance minister. It's not to UK.
Oh yeah, you saw Baba. So Baba. Jachu Kwesin. Same.
Baba.
Educhum.
Yeah.
When they were ready to come and bring to bear experience. Chance has been given to them. But you see,
campaign say and campaign promises be are
campaign promises
His Excellency John Dramani Mahama Mami yo film. President BA niwa Oshemra epasemra per our governance structure. Let's bear that in mind. Their executive say what the draft of unsusue eco parliament. Because parliament na the constitution na man mandate so beshemra. Tell me very carefully.
Okay.
Intimra ye adwene say a constitutional review. The oye say or constitute a committee